trouble. Harden and Dunn in the backcourt. Dunn, a whiz. Lakers playing the second night of a back-to-back. And we are underway. The Clippers and Harden bring it across. They go to Zubac down low. He's having a career season. Good denied defense on the team.
Of course, Tyloo expecting to see that throughout this game with Zubac.
Zubac sets a good screen for Harden. Those two with wonderful chemistry. The float game by Harden a little bit strong, and it comes off to Leonard. Leonard, when he's on the floor this year.
And he's shooting his best three-point percentage of his career here this year, doing a great job knocking the shot down from beyond the arc and gets off to an early start.
And, of course, defensively, that's what he does. He blows up other teams' half-court offenses. Creates the turnover. Dunn. Unguarded, little baseline floater. As
you mentioned earlier, a back-to-back for the Lakers. Although they were at home, both LeBron and Luka playing 38, 37 minutes last night, respectively. So got to keep an eye on that.
Jackson Hayes, much scrutinized as the guy in the middle after that aborted trade between the Lakers and the Hornets. Done off the chin cut. Here's Leonard. Good help by Hayes. Shot clock below 10. Finney Smith on Harden. Into the corner. Dunn drives it again. Out to Leonard on the kick. And another three.
To work in beyond the arc. You see holding that follow through, squaring it up every time has been successful already twice from beyond the three.
Doncic underneath Corey. Back out to Finney Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Luka relocates against Zubac and left that on the front rim. Clippers in transition. Leonard spins and fires. We had a great look at, here's LeBron. James coming off a big night last night. 33 points, 17 rebounds, 6 dimes in 37 minutes. Reeves continuing to grow his role on this team as well.
And Reeves has been really the perfect complement to LeBron and Luka, especially when you consider he's a playmaker as well.
That's going to be a foul.
Kawhi played a lot of games in this building.
Hey, man, it's 36 minutes in notorious Los Angeles traffic from the Intuit Dome, their new home, to Crypto.com here. Zubac's got a nice on
to see from Zubac. Go quickly. Don't allow the double team to get there, especially if you catch it in the middle of the paint. Don't allow the Laker defenders to come over and take you out of the look.
I'm with you, Corey. They know these rims really well. Another good bounce and a great slot.
Let's pay attention to that, Jonesy. Luka getting a layup early off a cut. Didn't wait beyond the three-point arc, but sees one go through. That can absolutely help him from shooting from distance.
Harden sprays it out to the corner for 3. That's knocking down another 3 ball. The Clippers up by 6. Doncic in the front court celebrating his 26th birthday today.
There and knock him off their line.
Tyloo made him a starter some 15 to 20 games into the season. The young man lately, and had a great visit with his dad, Sasha, yesterday. You know, coming off the calf injury, getting over the trade, finding a new place to call home, a new residence, and chemistry with his teammates. Hearts in the 26-year-old's life right now, but he has poise beyond his years.
He absolutely does. And Jones, we saw the graphic. If you take into account the fact that Luka has missed, and I'm estimating 96 games. It was 91 during the trade. I believe he's missed 5 because of during this time here in LA. At his career average, he's missing about 2,500 points.
Wow.
If he plays those games similar to a lot of those guys did on that graphic, he's behind LeBron. And remember, LeBron came out of high school.
Right. Luka misfiring on the 3.
So Bron coming out of high school, he had a year advantage. Luka had to be 19 before he could even come over and play in the NBA.
Great pocket pass there by Harden to Zubac. You know, last year when Harden was first acquired by the Clippers, he said, Zubac, I need you to stay after practice and work on some pick and roll, some pick and pop, our pocket passes. And that grew to not only daily after practice, but every day. And it became a thing as Harden's leadership. And that's an example of it.
It really is, and that's one of the things and James Harden is probably, you know, he's in the conversation for the best combo guards in the history of the game. He can play the point as well as anyone, has led the league in assists multiple times, but when you consider that's the area where he's really improved later in his career is from the maturity standpoint.
Luka moving his feet well against Harden, and they got the turnover. 6-point lead for the Clippers. Past the midway point of this opening quarter. Lakers looking for their 5th consecutive win. James got Zubac on an island vacation and couldn't cash out.
how much of an advantage it is to have a 7-footer like Zubac who can actually get out there and slide his feet with one of the best to ever lace them up when you consider being able to stop LeBron James on the opportunity.
Chris Dunn with an easy one at the rim. Got the second one to go.
Is that making sure he got an offensive rebound and the put back on that one? He didn't take away assists from anybody.
He's already hit his season average of 6 points per game. Doncic misfiring on another 3. And here's Chris Dunn, arguably one of the top 2 on-ball defenders in the game. Jones for 3.
Jones, it was just over a year ago that George and I were at the G League Winter Showcase calling Chris Dunn's games there before Christmas, and now you see him as a starter fighting against LeBron James in the post.
Good ball movement by the Lakers. Cross court to James. One more to Finney-Smith, and he left it short. Everything but the bucket that time for the Lakers, who right now are shooting 39% from the field. Harden walks into the 3. Got his own rebound. And matched up against Luka again.
Dribbling to that dead man's corner, but James Harden's ability to be able to see.
Oh, Jones elevates through the contact. Got it back. Harden for 3.
Basketball, push it and make plays, which can allow James Harden really to be off of the basketball some. And you mentioned James' shooting effort last time out. Ty Lue told us he had 7 catch-and-shoot threes, which he doesn't get off, right?
Obviously playing the long game with him, Corey, hoping that when the plane lands in the middle of April at the end of the regular season, he's ready to go. Foul against the Clippers, the Lakers with 1. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Doncic with the tween and cross. Vanderbilt driving the baseline. Doncic from the corner, got it. Luka coming into the ball game shooting just 38% from the field as a Laker. Still trying to find his rhythm. Here's Harden. Doncic with 5. Harden.
Oh, and again, one-legged falling out of bounds.
Earlier today with George about, they're like that Spider-Man meme. They look at each other and almost see each other in the mirror with their styles.
They absolutely do. When you consider both have been guys who have really dominated the ball, they're elite level passers and high level scorers, and neither one of them have ever really taken much of an interest in doing the job defensively.
Right. From
the way they play the game, and they have very similar production. People forget James Harden was first-team All-NBA 6 out of 7 years in Houston.
Those 50-point triple-doubles weren't that long ago. Simmons over to Bogdanovich. Got it back from Harden. Bogdanovich had arguably his best game as a Clipper offensively. Clippers.
And J.J. Redick absolutely loves that. Trey Jemison sliding his feet, forcing the turnover, being able to guard man-to-man against Bogdanovich, which allows them the ability to be able to switch on the defensive end.
Out of the horn set, Bogdanovich going to try and stick LeBron here. 10 on the shot clock. James on the sticks. LeBron drives 2, and Vanderbilt. Well, this Clipper sidelines. This is a tough team to get buckets against.
It really is, and you got to applaud Jeff Van Gundy for what he's brought to this team. Remember, he was a part of the world champion Boston Celtics organization a season ago, which, of course, we know how they get after defense.
Coffee from the corner. All purple jerseys for the defensive rebound as we approach a minute to go in the opening quarter. James shooting 40% from deep this year. Off the mark, and a nice putback
under the basket. And right now we talk about the Lakers lack of depth and size, but with Zubac off the floor, they're actually bigger than are the Clippers.
And Simmons roaming in that dunker spot on the kick out. Amir Coffey tries another one, comes off to Vanderbilt, and here's LeBron James. Oh, Harden with a nice steal, quick hands.
Is he gonna dunk it though?
No, man. No young legs.
Well, you still dunk. So James going with the smooth layup on that one, but he'll take the 2 regardless.
Clippers back up by 3. Harden 2 of 5 from the field, got 6 points. About a 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. James with the flat ball screen on the pick and pop gets it with 6 to go on the shot clock. On the cross, got to the rim and got the layup. Indomitable LeBron James with another field goal.
Play one-on-one against our bigs, and just see what it looks like. Then we can always adjust. But overall, defensively, I probably did a good job.
Spend a lot of time together in the summer. dap us up earlier. So Rich represents both guys well.
Ben Simmons, an interesting acquisition for the Los Angeles Clippers, has been given new life here under Ty Lue. He basically said, hey, I want you to get paint touches. And when you get into the paint with 2 feet, I need you to be able to finish there. Simmons giving them a little bit of versatility. Bogdanovich relocates. Good one inside, pardon me. Simmons with the bucket. Speaking of finishing,
Bogdanovich makes the right play there, but as he goes over running back Ross.
Bogdanovich pulls the 3 behind the screen. Comes off the copy, loose ball out to Leonard. Kawhi inside Zubac. Said that with
There's only one. His advantage in height and strength and ability to go over the top and finish strong.
He's got 6 in the ball game. LeBron with a rhythm.
I want to give Bron a shout out. We talk about him, of course, but the way that he has improved his shooting. I mean, this is year 22. He's the best shooter now that he's ever been throughout his career. When you consider the way that he's continued to work on his game, working on his body, longevity, etc. But the way he's improved his shooting, that's where I have to take my hat off.
Consummate pro. Working against Bogdanovich right now. Already in double digits. Boy, that back right there. LeBron with another bucket. Bogdanovich looking for a little get back at the other end. Quick skip pass to Coffey. Boy, Amir Coffey having a tough time connecting from deep.
That was a great defensive effort by Jared Vanderbilt, getting out there and contesting that shot, not allowing Coffey to get an easy look.
James got Bogdanovich in the air.
The unbelievable stat line
And the numbers.
I'm more of a math guy than I am, but you're the wordsmith, my man.
LeBron just passing Michael Jordan for 40-year-olds on the scoring list as Bogdanovich.
About how competitive Bogdanovich was. That's what he loved most about him, bringing him in. We know what he can do offensively, but he didn't know he was this much of a competitor. Well, he probably didn't know this summer when he was actually coaching against them.
Tell you what, Serbia had USA down by 17 because of Bogdanovich's work. Good defense there on James. Connecting from the
last night, didn't get a bucket to go in a tough spot. When you talk about being a rookie and getting traded and then the trade rescinded, having to come back and still try to fit into a new role with the team. But give Doc Connect a lot of credit because J.J. Redick still has a lot of trust in him.
James drops it off to Connect. He's down there in the dunker spot. Theme night here in Los Angeles. Crypto, he is hitting gear 5 already.
You said one-piece night?
Yeah, it's a...
Do the one pieces have feet? Do they, I mean, we going full pajamas with the footies?
Yeah. Oh, you know.
It absolutely is. And if anything gets you more respect from the old school than that, when you play in 9 out of 10 back-to-backs, I mean, everyone understands how difficult it is to play in one NBA game, but to do it twice in a span of, 48 hours, that's asking a lot. But that's one of the reasons why LeBron is regarded so highly amongst his peers, but more importantly, amongst the guys who came before him because he shows up on the second night of those back-to-backs.
And he's played in all 7 back-to-backs this year, done with the thievery. 8 points for Chris Dunn and picking up Doncic full court. Off the screen inside. Ball knocked away, then retrieved. Finney Smith calls for the screen from Connect. Doncic does. Connect up top. That one comes off and Finney Smith. The lead is back up to 9. Have missed their last 11 three-pointers in a row.
He got off to a great start, but Kawhi Leonard knocking down the first 2.
They're showing him 2 bodies, and he turns it over. Luka with a great anticipation. Connect raising up, couldn't finish. Vincent inside to Doncic in a crowd.
Coming up with the steal, that's one area defensively where he's been really good. 1.9 steals a game for Luka, which is 3rd in the NBA.
Beats the Zubac. A perfect 4 for 4 from the field. Goodwin left wide open, refers to Doncic.
I love this matchup, Jonesy. Both these guys uncharacteristically strong for their size. Going at it, going to play a little back to the basket.
Harvey Swipe did it. As he turns it over. 2-on-1 for the Lakers. Luka with that deceleration layup. Wow. And George, this is a team already missing Rui Hachimura. Clippers, meanwhile, tonight without Norman Powell, their leading scorer, though he's up to 8 after that mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, that's what we get used to seeing Kawhi in the mid-range, and of course that doesn't have a high arc on the shot, but normally hits the back of the rim and goes down. He's been great in the mid-range his entire career.
Doncic out to connect. That one comes off to Zubac. Knocked away. Goodwin underneath.
Goodwin plays much bigger than his 6'4" frame. You see taking the basketball away from Zubac with the ball over his head and is able to lay it in over the 7-footer.
Undrafted out of St. Louis. Kawhi off the mark. Zubac tried to get it, had it knocked away. Here's Doncic. Doncic off the screen. Zubac switches onto him. That can be lethal. Not this time. Goodwin inside, one more.
Off the bench. Speaking of off the bench, Jones, everyone that has come into the game off the bench for the Lakers has a positive plus-minus throughout this game.
Wow.
That is really where they took advantage of the Clippers in using their depth.
Harden with a contested three. He makes those.
It really wasn't celebrated. We didn't hear about when he became the second all-time leading three-point maker. Now over 3,100 threes in his career, only trailing Steph Curry.
LeBron with the rhythm dribble back up to 9. Right now they are just dissecting that number 2 rated Clipper defense. Connect with his welcome to the NBA moment. A good game against Chicago and that win.com or visit the tomorrow. The Warriors. You saw Steph last night, right?
Yeah,
I was at dinner last night, got an alert on my phone from Ian Gruka, our producer, who said Steph is on one. You might want to pull out your phone and watch some of it. Not some of that 56 piece.
And we should have known because it was February 27th.
Okay. Okay.
February. Steph Curry Day, when you consider he's had 3 games on the date, over 45 points.
Hayes inside. Coffee
to 4,000. That happens after April 13th. You see playoff Jimmy, that is the best version of Jimmy Butler III. So it's going to be interesting to see how Steph's production steps up in the playoffs this year.
That game on ABC tomorrow. Good steal, low man help from Luka. Finney Smith, Dodo with the slam. First bucket of the ball game, pardon me, the second field goal for Finney Smith.
And J.J. Redick told us that it is no coincidence that their defense picked up when Dodo joined their squad and having the relationship with Luka.
Pass by Harden, threading the needle to Zubac to get it back to a 6-point game. James was 17 in the first half. He hunts Zubac on the switch. Hayes with the tough catch. 7 on the shot clock for Doncic. Luka against Jones, a good on-ball defender.
50 of those dunks. But of Luka Doncic, Austin free throws. They took the basketball well, but they went to the free throw line and took advantage of their opportunities. Those 3 guys alone had just as many as the Wolves.
Catch and shoot 3, tipped up by Zubac underneath. Finney Smith
Know exactly what's going on with Dodo.
In regards to the turnovers, they gave up some costly turnovers that led to some easy buckets that Tyler was not happy with. And they got to play at a faster pace. He feels like when they play slow, they're playing right into their hands defensively.
And coaches on the sidelines in the league. He is one of the elite ones in the NBA.
He absolutely is. Of course, won a championship in 2016 with LeBron James, who he's competing against tonight. But of course, those two get to be friends with all those guys instead of competitors.
How about that? Curry, always fun to watch. I think in the second highest total this year, I believe, behind De'Aaron Fox, who had a 60-piece as a member of the Kings earlier this year. Jones lost the handle, looking for a foul. Here's LeBron in transition. Into the corner, Finney Smith. Out to Luka for 3. On the show and go. Got hung up in the air, and here's Chris Dunn. Always in the middle of it. Jones filling the lane.
That's lost the basketball on his way up. Gets it back and is able to finish it off on the next one.
He's got 5 in the ball game. Vincent over Zubac. Redick went with Gabe Vincent.
That could very well be the case, but how about this throw-ahead pass from to find Zubac under the basket, who was able to get down the floor and seal on Vincent.
What a dime. 12 points in the ball game, 6 rebounds for Big Zoo. Vincent. Zubac stayed down in the fake. And now they call Zubac into the ball screen action. LeBron threw it up for Hayes, never made it. Leonard on the break. Went through the hotel room gym today. 3 of 7 from the field. He's playing his 18th game of the season. The Clippers are 11-6 in the previous 17. Vanderbilt sets the screen for Doncic. They put Zubac in the ball screen action. James raising up and well defended by the Clippers as a group. They've got numbers coming back, a 5-on-4. Harden inside to Dunn at the dunker spot. Chris Dunn off the mark. Doncic running a little angle pick and roll. Got Zubac. Kicks it back out to Finney Smith. Shot clock at 7. Doncic is going to be way off on that one.
Yeah, from our angle, you can see that was wide right as soon as it left his hand. And Luka's just not shooting the basketball with a lot of confidence from beyond the three-point arc.
They're trying to find his rhythm. Leonard had his defender on his hip.
Solitary confinement. That wasn't even just jail. I'm not sure. Could not get back in front of Kawhi, allowing him to go at his own pace.
Zubac on LeBron on the switch. Finney Smith in the corner. LeBron with 8 on the shot clock, pulls the 3 and laces it.
40 is shooting 44% from 3.
Come on now.
His game continues to, just like a fine wine, it gets better with time.
Harden out top. Finney Smith on him. Active hands. 4 on the clock. Got to get busy with it. That one short. Vincent with a rebound. 1 and done for the Clippers. A 2-point game. Harden on the drive by Hayes with the block. Doncic draws the foul spot. Do they have enough there to get to where they want to go?
Well, one of the things we know that, styles make fights. So when you consider the matchups and who they could play against in the playoffs, against most of the teams in the West, the answer is no, they don't have enough. But there are specific matchups where they could be successful, even with their lack of depth at this 5 spot.
Well, Jamison in now with the 5 spot, got the block. And done with yet another larcenous act of steal and room service.
I mean, he's been such a difference maker. But you mentioned Ty Lue leaving him in the game with those 4 fouls, and this is the reason why. They're just a better team with him on the floor, even on the offensive end tonight.
That was his 3rd steal. Doncic out to the corner.
But look at that, Jonesy.
Chris Dunn again. Leonard on the break, bounced it off of good.
Where he ranked amongst perimeter defenders. Dort are the 2 most destructive forces on the ball, on the perimeter. And he has put him tonight at the top.
Type of threat the Cavaliers are, even though Boston was missing a couple key pieces tonight.
The Cavs are a legitimate threat, and the reason being is because Kobe Altman and the staff and the brass with Cleveland went out and got the Andre Hunter at the trade deadline, which gives them a wing defender to go up against the likes of Jason Tatum, to go up against the likes of Jaylen Brown. And that, in my opinion, has made them much more of a contender.
Leonard 13 shooting. Open on the wing. Goes great pocket pass to Zubac, and his jumps throw it up.
But look at the trust that Harden and Zubac have together with each other to be able to drop those passes in tight spaces.
It's been a work of art so far tonight and all season. Vanderbilt off the loose foul and rebounded by Harden. Zubac hits it ahead to Coffey. 1 more to Kawhi for 3. Boy, that's a
here quite a few times, Jonesy.
They still might have a couple keys to the gym, Corey. You never know. First Clipper lead since it was 25-24 for the Clippers. Doncic, steal by Goodwin, and the Lakers have.
And we talk about why he has gained trust with J.J. Redick is plays like that, energy plays, effort plays, that only guys that come in undrafted give you.
Harden working on Doncic.
See a step back coming.
Oh, second side action by Jones. Got peeled clean to 2-on-1. Goodwin with Luka. Connect the trailer. Tipped up, no good. Harden has it go to Jones. Zubac picking cherries at the other end. They didn't find him in time. He's got a mismatch. Now double team. Coffey pulls the 3. Here's Luka. 1-point lead for the Lakers. James getting ready to check into the ball game. And that's going to be signed a two-way deal.
He's only up there to make sure he continues to put pressure on James Harden as Ben Simmons comes in and can be more of a playmaker to help it to Harden. But Angle got a lot.
They'll bring it up against Simmons. Doncic picks him up on the switch. Goodwin from the corner. Good block. The journeys of the NBA TV. Portland visit the NBA app.
Jonesy, you mentioned the French national team, and when we had our game in Paris, had opportunity to eat dinner with Forrest Diaw, who of course is the general manager of the French national team. And he talked about how close they are, and of course, absolutely the presence that
In French.
he did. Then he said he saw the trailer and realized he had to ask him.
He's a big piece for Ty Lue. A real connector. And right now we have a 2-point game. Connect picks up Harden on the switch. 10 on the shot clock.
Look at the boxes and elbows. You think about the way that Lakers are guarding defensively. Allows connecting everywhere else, forcing the Clippers to have to beat them from beyond the arc.
Goodwin back to James. Coffee picks him up. Bogdanovich now has James on the switch. Gonna try and walk him down to his spot. LeBron got the nice. The NBA's all-time leading scorer. And Harden hit the hydraulics. Tween, pulls it back again. And Vanderbilt got on the deck first. Came up with the loose edge.
You saw last night, Anthony, and those two having a little exchange.
31.9 to go, 2-for-1 scenario perhaps for the Clippers. Bogdanovich in a rush with pace. Got blocked. Bogdanovich, where does he like the ball?
Leadership of James Harden. Steph Curry did the exact same for Jimmy Butler. He just called his Olympic teammate Bam Adebayo to find out some details. So when you think about that, this is the way this fraternity is connected, allowing them to be better on the court.
Great ones really care. LeBron with a long outlet. Connect on the connect. Harden over Vanderbilt.
Strong finish there to the third quarter. How do you carry that over to try to finish it off?
Vanderbilt with the defensive board. 7-point Clipper lead. Pardon me, Laker lead. Ron gonna go to work on Amir Coffey.
You see Zubac coming over, trying to help, forcing the turnover from Bron.
Looked like it slipped out of his hands. Coffey sprays it out to Leonard. Good closeouts by the Lakers. Zubac the trailer. Oh!
Laker back then, around that time.
Showing ultimate
On both ends of the floor. Of course, we know he protects the rim defensively, but offensively, he gives them that lob threat, gives them a weapon that you can play through on the post.
Boy, Simmons being physical with James. Zubac switches on to LeBron. Sidestep three on the way. That's going to be off. Leonard didn't see Zubac on the run.
Down to the ground. Now you got it right, but if the ball goes up in the air, it's a foul. You had to have gotten their arm or wrist or something to force the ball to go up. It's simple physics.
Hey, now we got a C+ in that.
I never took it.
Kawhi Leonard covered on that bucket.
There you go.
Kawhi with 18. James off that midcourt screen. Vincent one more to finish. Smith got it.
Jonesy, everyone says if he learns to shoot, he's an NBA player. Well, he did, and he is.
Undrafted out of Florida after first attending Virginia Tech right now, who's got 19.
And that's that luxury Ty Lue has to be able to have a guy you can feature in the post.
They hunt out Zubac and get him on the switch. Vincent from the wing for three. Zubac with another board. Boy, it's been an impressive night for the big Croatian center. 19-9 on the evening. Looking inside for Leonard, batted up
The basket on the post.
So it's batted out of it. He had to sit down in that third quarter when he picked up his 5th foul with a few minutes to go. Doncic into the front court, guarded by Simmons. Luka playing with 5 fouls. Zubac trying to guard the step three. 90-88, but Luka taking over, scoring the last 5 for the Lakers, who lead by 7. Go to the midway point of the fourth quarter. Zubac off the elbow. Here's Harden. Kawhi in the mid-range against Gabe Vincent. That one rims out, though. Had a great look at it, Corey.
He really did. That's finished Kawhi Leonard. That's getting to that mid-post, going to work, just unable to get that touch to go.
Another step back by Luka. He scored the last 8 straight.
That's going to be back-to-back possessions where he's won the matchup against Zubac.
Hard with a great pass to Dunn. Sprays it out to Jones for 3. 7 under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, Jones, forgive me. Dunn doing a great job on a short roll and recognizing he's amongst the trees, kicking it out to Derrick Jones Jr.
How do the Clippers counteract them searching out Zubac all the time on these plays as they almost turn it over? Luka, a logo 3.
And this since the bubble, and I know you were there to call those games.
He knows the scouting report. Zubac with a great catch in traffic with 23.
And it's easier right now to be able to blitz Luka with no LeBron on the floor. LeBron James at the scorer's table, ready to come back in on the next dead ball. But look at the trap all the way out to half court.
Take it out of his hands. Here's Hayes. Gabe Vincent with 8 on the shot clock around the Hayes screen. Finney Smith pulls, and it comes off to Zubac. So the strategy by Ty Lue pays off. Harden drew the
differently because of the tape.
What a tough thing to have to do.
As you mentioned, you've got to think the long game with Kawhi Leonard to do everything you can to make him available at playoff time.
Dunn picks up doncic. Luka got all the way to the rim, missed the layup. No whistle. They've got numbers the other way. Vincent with a steal, and Luka with room service at the other end.
By the Clippers there, they had an advantage 5-on-4, but ended up turning it over and allowing Luka to get the easy bucket.
James Harden wanted to kick ball, won't get it. Vincent in transition with.
On that one, the soft kick to be able to put it in place to where only he could go get it and lay it up.
I know he hooped at UC Santa Barbara. I don't know if he was on the soccer team. Zubac dumped cross match on the blow by. Tipped up by Zubac and in.
A great job by Zubac just cleaning up the mess right there. And there you see the challenge for the Lakers moving forward, even with their biggest player, Jackson Hayes, on the floor, trying to keep opposing bigs off the offensive glass.
No switch on that ball screen action. Pocket pass to Finney Smith.
Also see Luka Doncic, who is responsible for keeping Zubac off the glass, playing with 5 fouls. Can't risk putting a body on Zubac on that possession.
Harden trying to get downhill, rips through. Got peeled clean, lost control
to make the change.
Well, it worked out that way. Dunn on.
All he has to do is go with his chest, force the foul, or get the easy bucket.
Dunn picks up Luka on the switch. Luka around the world. Dunn stayed down on the fake, and they get the miss and the defensive rebound. Wonderful defense again by Chris Dunn. Luka now 9 of 22. Harden out top. Under 2.5 to go. They show him 2 bodies. And he lost it again. LeBron filling the lane. They've turned it over 17 times.
They have, in back-to-back 6 turnover games for James Harden, who's normally shorthanded with the rock.
Double team Leonard. Get it out of his hands to Harden from deep. Loose ball comes to Jones. Harden gonna dial up another one. That one comes off too, and this time Hayes secures the rebound. Got it to Vincent, and now Doncic.
2 great looks for Harden, though, when you think about his ability to knock down the 3-ball, unable to get either one of them to go and make it a one possession game.
Doncic at midcourt. Dunn picks him up on the switch.
Derrick Jones Jr. holding that shoulder, took a bump.
Hayes inside.
Contest that. And left the 3-point shooter, but was dragging that right arm on that possession.
The lid is up to 8. Leonard with a quick catch and shoot 3. Rims out to Harden. Drives it. Zubac with the offensive rebound, and Jones picking up his former teammate Doncic full court. Zubac with a great night, 27 and 17. Season high for him. 10 on the shot clock for Doncic, who's had a big 4th quarter. Finney Smith thought about it, over to Vincent for 3, and it comes off to Harden. Clippers alive. Kawhi in traffic. Put his shoulder into Finney's.
Time for the Clippers. Going to need to get a defensive stop on this possession.
Jones on Doncic. Here's Kawhi. Off the brush screen, got a clean look and left it short. James with the rebound. And they're going to have to. It'll be sideline out of bounds, and LeBron James by 4. And we're going to have Batum. Harden going to try and get downhill. Got to work expeditiously off the screen by Bogdanovich on the pick and pop. It looks good. Oh, it rattled halfway down and out, and that should do it. The Lakers will secure the victory and inch closer to that number 3.